Hey, how's it going? We're going to look at Prezi.com. When you get to Prezi, you're going to want to create your account. And if you haven't already, you can do that by clicking Login. And then you can sign up with your email address and go ahead and get started that way. But I'm going to go and log in with my email address there. And as you log in, Prezi is going to take you to the presentations you've already created. And you can continue to edit those or share them. But we're going to start from scratch. So I'm going to click the new Prezi button here in the top right. Alright, first thing you'll see when you start a new Prezi is you'll need to choose a template. So there are some themes that are already out there that you can use, but once you choose these themes, you'll be locked in to that template. So if you want more freedom, you may want to start with a blank Prezi, which is what I'm going to do here. And as you can see, you're basically starting with a blank canvas, and you can add almost an infinite amount of things to your presentation. As you may already know, Prezi is much more interactive and engaging than a PowerPoint presentation. And we're going to show you a few reasons why. The first thing I want to tell you is that when you're creating a Prezi, you're going to want to think of your presentation as frames instead of slides like in a Google or PowerPoint presentation. With Prezi, you have frames that you use. So as you can see here, you're going to start with a circle frame where you can add a subtitle. I'll go ahead and click in and type my text there, and you can also add your body text here. And as you're typing, you're going to notice that you can change the size of the font. You can change the color. You can make it bigger. So you can make it bigger or smaller. You can change how the text looks. You can change the color of your font. And you can do some more edits with your fonts there. With each item on your presentation, whether it's a text, a frame, an image, whatever, you can resize it by clicking on the corner and dragging it, or you can click on the plus sign, minus sign to resize. You can also rotate each item by clicking on the circle there and spinning it around to rotate it. And you can delete it if you're not happy with what you have. And that's for every single item. Another thing that I do want to show you is if you right click on an item, you can change the order, so you can bring it forward or send it backwards if you like it to be in the background. While we're thinking about frames, I'm going to add another frame here. If I click insert frames, it's going to give me some options to choose from on the right, what type of frame I'm looking for. On the right you have brackets, on the left you see circles. I'm going to stay with the circle theme, and I'm going to have a frame with a picture and text underneath it. So I'll double click it, and as you can see, not only did it put it here on our canvas, it also put it on the left side. On the left you're going to find the path, which is how you present with Prezi. And as you notice, they're numbered on the left. The first bracket is number 1, and then number 2, and so on. So if I click the present button, it'll start with the first bracket and it'll go zoom in to the next one. So that's the path of our presentation. I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to edit that path. So as you can see, if I click on number 1 here on the left, this is what will start. This is the first thing you'll see. And number 2, it zooms in there. You can edit your path by clicking and dragging the numbers to wherever you'd like it to zoom in or out of. And if I want to add a path step, I can click on whatever it is that I want to add to my path. So I'll click on the text there, and as you can see, 3 pops up and it shoots over here to our left on our path. I'll maybe zoom into the picture there, and so on. You can also drag and drop to reorder the path on the left side. So again, I'll click present, and I'll click my arrows to go through our presentation. So 1, 2, and it should zoom into the picture. There we go. There's a few different ways. I'm going to X out of the frames. There's a few different ways to get back to your home screen. As you can see, we're zoomed into the picture. So if I scroll over to the right, the home button will pop up here. Or I can also come over here to the left side, which will show the view. So you could double click that to get back home. You can also zoom in and zoom out this way by going over to the right and clicking on the magnifying glass. Another thing that's really neat about Prezi is you can almost like embed things within other items. So I'm going to try to get that picture to go into the O and Go. So I'm going to make it much smaller. I'm going to zoom in and get that in the middle of the O. Make it smaller, and then click the hand to drag and move it within the O. So if we go back to the home screen, it's almost like there's nothing there. But if we start our presentation, it should zoom in to the picture. So it's much more interactive than your PowerPoint presentations, as you can see. Another way to make it much more interactive is to insert videos. You can insert a YouTube video. I believe I have a link to my YouTube video already, so I'm going to paste it in there and click insert, and you'll see your YouTube video pop up. So you can have YouTube videos in your presentation. You can also have symbols, shapes, background music, and even files from your computer, which is pretty cool. And one thing you may want to change is the theme of your Prezi. And when you do this, it'll change the colors and the font of your presentation. So I'll choose citrus, and this will change all of our text and background colors. And you can also go back and change it again to night if you want to do something different. Another thing I want to point out is that you can share your Prezi with others. So if I click the share button in the top right and share Prezi, I can get a link to our Prezi and then just give that to whoever you'd like to share it with. And this is also where you can add collaborators to your Prezi. So you would put their email address here so that they can collaborate with you. Another thing with our path that I wanted to point out is you can animate your path. So if I click on the star, I can choose the fade in effect to animate it. So if I click play, and then my text will fade in and out, which is kind of cool. And I think that's about it. I'm looking at my notes now for Prezi. There's a lot to do with Prezi. You can do a lot with it. I can't remember if I showed you. You can also bring in arrows. So if I draw arrows or lines, you can do that. Oh, I'll put a line here just to show you. Drag and drop to make a line. You can also highlight things on your presentation. So if I wanted to highlight this word, it makes it stand out a little bit. Again, makes it more interactive. Prezi saves your work automatically every so often, but there is a save button in the top left to save your work. And you can even download your Prezi as a PDF, which turns each frame into its own page, which is pretty neat. Another good way to share your presentation. That's Prezi, and I highly recommend it as a more engaging way to present. So next time you're thinking about presenting something, give Prezi a chance.